You want to know how to make the best and cheapest infusions and edibles? Let's hop in. First thing you're going to need is your supplies. Obviously your cannabis or concentrate, whatever you're using, your infusion medium, coconut oil, butter, MCT oil, olive oil, etc. Next, your infusion setup or device, a double broiler, crock pot, or another infusion device. Lastly, your straining method, or however, like something like cheesecloth to get it all pressed out. Now let's walk through each of these and show you how you can save the most money and make the best out of it. Number one, with your cannabis, obviously if you're a grower, that's optimal. Follow up to that, some other free methods, essentially free, are rosin pucks. If you've already pressed those and are going to go to waste, you can use those pucks. They're essentially already decarbed too. You can use already vaped weed, which you might otherwise just throw away. So those are a couple good ways to go about that. Now, if you want to get it for cheaper, you can obviously have a grower or a plug or somebody you get it from for a good price. Now, if you're somebody going to the store, going to the dispo, I highly recommend just buying shake is typically the cheapest thing to do, or buying some smalls that are on sale, or even some concentrates that are on sale are a good way to go about it. So that kind of covers the basis of the way to get the best and cheapest cannabis input into your medium. Which brings me to the medium, the oil or the butter. This is where I say do not skimp. Don't penny pinch here. Don't go buy the cheapest butter or coconut oil, because this is where everything is going to be infused. You can get a high quality jar of cold pressed virgin coconut oil for like 14 bucks, 13 to 15 bucks, and that can last you a while depending on the size of your batch. So do not skimp here. Now let's go to the third part here, is the method. You can use a stovetop, like double broiler. All you need is a pot. You could even use just a glass or metal bowl and kind of make your own double broiler. Of course, if you have a double broiler, that's a little more optimal. So a lot of people already have these supplies laying around. You can then use a crock pot. Is a nice, easy way to go about it. A lot of people have crock pots on hand. Then you can also use your oven if you're using the mason jar. For the first two methods I just mentioned, if you do want the most potent, you're gonna need to decarb in the oven. And last but certainly not least, there's a lot of devices on the market. And this, being a Mason Pot video, I'm gonna give a little plug to Mason Pot. So the Mason Pot Herbal Infuser and Decarb Kit, all in one, can do those methods. It can be a double broiler in itself with the jar with the silicone sleeve. It can also go in a crock pot. You could even buy the OG bundle and do several infusions at once. Or you could do the simplest method, decarb it in the oven and keep it in the oven. Now you may be saying, oh, those other methods, what if I already had that? Like, why would I spend $99 on a kit? The reason being is, in the long run, it's gonna make things simpler for you. We have everything dialed in. So we have the thermometer that goes in the jar, so you can see the exact temperature when you're decarbing and infusing. We have the puck and press to press everything out. And last but certainly not least, we have the fine strainer. And those last couple things I just mentioned are crucial when you're straining your infusion, because if you're just using the double broiler or the crock pot, you're gonna need to dump that through a strainer. You're gonna need to press it through some cheesecloth or a different fine strainer. And a lot of people don't have those on hand. And also cheesecloth is actually more expensive than I thought in my years of infusing. So if you wanna save time and money in the long run, Mason Pot's for you. You definitely don't need it, but gotta plug it at the end here, guys. And if you wanna grab 10% off, get it for like 90 bucks, use code MasonPot10 and we'll get you hooked up. I hope this video is helpful to you, and please let us know if you have any questions at all when it comes to infusing.